Hey guys, this is Rich, and today, surprisingly, I have a tutorial for you guys. Yeah, that's cool, right? But besides the fact, the real cool thing about the tutorial is that it is going to be something that is requested by a lot of people. And it happens to be custom character creation and export into Cryengine. Now, this is going to be a multi-part tutorial. I'm assuming two. One, how to get your character created, animated, exported, creating all the necessary CHR params files, editing the animation.cba file, exporting the CHR character file, getting it into Cryengine, and previewing the animations in game. On top, and that's what's going to be for today. The next tutorial, because I do not know how to do this, because I just figured out how to do the animation and export character creation process yesterday successfully. So I'm doing the tutorial about it today. One thing I don't know how to do is use the animation graph. I haven't even touched on that ever, so it's going to be new to me. So once I figure out the animation graph to how to actually control the player and make it use different animations based on what you're doing in the game, I'll do that for this part 2. So it's going to be a 2-part tutorial. One, the whole character creation process, getting it in game. This is basic tutorial. And part 2 will be animation graph. Alright guys, I think you guys are going to be very excited about this. I've gotten numerous requests, and even not requests from me, up on CryDev. People asking on the request thread for what tutorials do you need. People saying character creation. So here we go. Again. Let me light my smoke. Hold on. Alright. I'm not going to make the model. You guys should know how to do that. This is not a modeling tutorial. This is how to get it animated and export it. Okay? So in order to do that, I'm going to open up Mudbox. And I got 3 programs here. I got 3D Studio Max 2012, 64-bit. You can get that free from students.autodesk.com. I got Mudbox 2012, 64-bit. students.autodesk.com for free, and Maya 2012 32-bit, I believe. You can get that at students.autodesk.com for free again. So I think Mudbox has just a bipedal character that you can use. We're going to use that for this tutorial. I think it does. So let's open this up here. And actually, you know what the funny thing is my first part in doing the character creation wasn't with the biped. It was actually with the quadruped. To be honest, it was a gorilla. And so I didn't start off easy. You know, biped would be the easiest place to start off with, but I did a quadruped. Anyways, right here, human body. You can just start off with the human body. We're not going to really do anything to it. And I'm going to show you a neat little script that I did not create. Thank God for the person who did create it. It's a free script for Maya, for rigging, skinning I mean, and it will save you tons of time. And it's nearly perfect. And it did my quadruped really nicely, to be honest. And I'll show you my quadruped, my gorilla, okay, after, if I have time. So here's the guy. We can just go ahead and make sure we're on the select and move tools and go ahead and click on objects and select this guy here. File, export selection. We're going to export it as an OBJ right to the desktop. And going to type in human underscore test. Okay? And we're going to save. Alright guys, and that's all we got to do for there. So let's close out of this. And open up 3D Studio Max 2012. sucks because I'm out of cigarettes right now, and I'm just smoking some butts that I have in my ashtray. So, it sucks, man. Hey, Crystal, do you think you'd be up to getting me some cigarettes at the store? Yeah, yeah, I got money. I'll give you my card. Would you be able to do that? Oh, isn't that nice? Thank you, hon. Yeah, I think people are going to be excited about this tutorial. They've been asking for it for a while. I'm excited. Now I get characters in there too. Alright, now 3D Studio Max is open. We're going to click Save. Go to Cryengine settings. That will pop up if you have the Cry exporter set up, which I'm assuming you do. Let's click New Empty Scene. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to go ahead and import that model. Import. And go right to the desktop. And human test. And for the importer, make sure you have reset scene, import a single mesh, import as editable poly, and retriangulate polygons. That's fine. Everything default over here. And go ahead and import. I like to maximize this window by clicking in the perspective and going down to the right hand corner, maximize viewport. Now we're going to rig this guy. And the cool thing I use, and I recommend you use it, and I'm not a professional rigger, I actually suck at it and stuff like that, but you know, take it or leave it. I recommend using the character animation toolkit, which comes a part of 3D Studio Max with the 2011 or greater. So let's go ahead and do this. Character animation toolkit, otherwise known as CAT. And we're going to go ahead and go to the motion panel. Not motion panel, the create. And helpers. And under standard, go down to CAT objects. Boom, CAT objects. And we're going to go ahead and click CAT parent. And we can select a preset. And the preset, we are going to use Bitbo1 base human. Let's see what this looks like. I don't know what this looks like. So just click on base human and then click and drag. Oh, good. That's good. And just click and drag until it looks roughly the size. And that looks about right. Go ahead and right click so you can deselect everything, so you don't accidentally create another biped. And go ahead and make sure you click on this little thing here. Make sure that this little triangle thing is big enough so that the character's feet are inside completely, inside this triangle, which they are. Your model's actual feet. And then click this here. This will actually, it's like a root bone. It actually will move the entire character. So right click here. And just make sure that you right click on these X and Y and Z so that's centered in the middle. Very, very important. Okay? And there we go. So what I'm going to do now is start doing the rigging process. And don't worry if you're not a good rigger, because trust me, there's a script for Maya that we can use, and it's beautiful. We're just going to be aligning the skeleton is all we're doing in 3D Studio Max. So go ahead and click once on your model. Hit Alt-X. It'll get you see-through. And right-click on the model. Go to Object Properties. And go ahead and Show Frozen in Gray. Turn that off. Just like that. On top of that, right-click and freeze selection, because you don't want to select it. See, I'm clicking and I can't select it. That's good. So now we're just going to go ahead and fit this. Now we're only going to work on one side, because you'll see the greatest thing about CAT, one of the greatest things about working with CAT is the ability to mirror things, and you only have to work with one side. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's just work on one side of the model, and let's go ahead and do this. I'm just going to go ahead and just, grab these placers here and make sure I got them in the right place just by moving them around. Okay? Just like that. Let's see here. I'm going to make sure this pivot is... See the pivot here? I'm going to make sure that's like right where I want the arm to bend. The pivot looks like that's a good place for it to pivot. Like that. Make sure it's centered all the way around. Nice placement. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab the bottom one, the forearm. Make sure I place it appropriately. just like that. Let's see here. Just keep working with it until you get a nice placement. Remember, you want the pivots to be somewhere along where the character is going to be bending, like in the elbow. So I'm going to make sure the pivot is close to the elbow. I'm going to turn off my realistic shading and just put on regular shading. That way we don't see that ambient occlusion trying to fuzz up the deal. So let's go ahead, zoom right in here, and try to get this pivot right appropriate. Okay, that looks about good. Back this up a little bit, actually. Just like that. Okay, let's go ahead and grab this hand. Yes, we're going to be doing the fingers as well, because I want to showcase how well this Maya script actually works. And with everything. Let's see here. Make sure everything is all set. Okay. I'm going to go into the local move and local rotate here. Just want to get some nice accurate rotation going on. As you can see, the hand is a little bit rotated. So we're going to make sure we select the wrist, the hand, and rotate a little bit. Just to make sure it looks about right. And let's go ahead and rotate it up. That looks a little good. And I'm going to take this and just scale it down a little bit. Again, I go into the local for the scaling. Just make this a little bit shorter. Yeah, a little bit shorter again. Like right there. You can see the pivot of the wrist here. It wants to be where the wrist bends. And let's go ahead and rotate this a little bit more so it's nice and even. Okay. And let's rotate that so it looks nice. Nice, nice, nice. Just like that. Okay, now let's go ahead and do the hands, the fingers. So what I want to do is fit this, scale this so that it fits more into the hand naturally, like this. Don't want to overlap it too much. Let's go ahead and rotate this a little bit more. Something a little bit like, come on, a little bit more. Something along the lines of that looks good. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and add the digits here. So make sure this hand is selected. Go into the modify panel, and you can see number of digits. He has 5, so let's go ahead and add 5 digits, and there we go. Look at that. Beautiful, huh? Okay, then. And each of these digits has 3 little fingers. If you want to change that, you can click on one of the fingers. Make sure bones, you can put 1, and it only has 1 bone. Or you can put 2, and it has 2 bones. Or you can put 3 and it has 3 bones. But obviously we want 3 bones. Okay, so let's go ahead and double click so we can select all of these bones in the hierarchy. And rotate downwards like this a little bit. And we're obviously going to want to scale this down a little bit. Okay, and maybe just up a little bit. Zoom in a little bit too. And just like that. With all 3 selected, let's just bring this over just a little bit. And, whoopsies. Rotate that just a little bit. There we go, we got that nice. Okay. And one thing you're going to want to keep in mind, that you're going to want to have bends. See how I'm bending? Knuckle, 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 bending. You don't want them to be absolutely straight. What will happen is you'll get some weird IK movement going on when we get the IK in. So go ahead and remember to always keep things that are supposed to be bendable, like joints and stuff, make sure that they are actually bended and not straight. That's very important. And let's go ahead and take this and just, let's see if we can, just like that. That looks good. And let's see, we're going to take this one and we're going to scale this out a little bit. We're going to take this one And we're going to bring this in a little bit. It's not as big. And bring that about like that. A little bit more. And bring this out just like that. So now we got a nice, good placement. Again, I'm going to double click on the top one so we can get all of these selected. And just going to bring that out just a little bit. And then I'm going to rotate it just a little bit. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We want to make sure that these bones are about the same size as what they're going to be skinned to. Like this hand here is about the same size as the hand. You don't want it to be really, really small. You want it to basically fill the volume of the model. Okay? So now we get that. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and bring that in. Bring that in. Okay. And bring, oopsies, see? I gotta double click to get all of them, to move them all. There we go. Just like that. And I'm gonna rotate. Like I said, this may be a little bit of work here, and typically it is a lot of work to do the skinning, but trust me, it'll be a lot faster using the cat rig and plus the automatic script I was talking about. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to double click both of these so I can select the two bottom ones. I'm going to bring this down a little bit so I have a nice curvature. And then I'm going to click the bottom one and rotate this so I have a nice good curvature. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. And double click this again, and just to bring this out towards us a little bit is what we want. And take the rotate and rotate a little bit, and for the scale, let's bring this down again, rotate. We want to fit it so it's almost perfect, and that looks beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, so let's go ahead, and since this is nice fitted perfectly, let's try to fit the fill up some volume here as best we can. That looks beautiful. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. Let's scale this in. And scale this in. Let's go ahead and move this over. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Let's go ahead and I know for a fact we have to scale this out a little bit, just like that. And bring it towards us a little bit, not too much. And rotate. Grab the bottom one here. Rotate. Grab the way bottom. Rotate. Nice, nice, nice. Unfortunately, I think I want to bring that in just a little bit. And then rotate this back out a little bit. And then rotate the bottom one out a little bit. It just looked like there was too much bending going on. That looks beautiful. It does. It looks beautiful. Although I do want to scale this out, top one, just the top one, just like that, to make sure that the knuckles are in the right place a little bit more. Because you're going to want to make sure that the joints, the connecting pieces, are where the knuckles are actually going to be bending. And so this is the middle knuckle, so this is where I'm going to place the end of the bone here, just like that. And then we'll just solve it being too long by just scaling this one up a little bit. That's where the second one bends. So let's bring it down a little bit, and then bring this up just a tad bit. And same with this one. Something I didn't, I totally forgot. And bring that down a little bit. Just a little bit more. Just like that. Rotate. Okay. We're going to rotate. And also, remember we're in local, so we can get some nice, perfect rotation. So we're in local. Okay. Now, if you switch between the move, rotate, and scale, it'll default to whatever it is. So just make sure you go on move, local, rotate, local, scale, local. Okay. And that's good there. And this would be just a little bit, just like that. And let's bring this up just a tad bit. And that's more like it. We got 2 more to go. Okay. And I'll show you the... Oh, wait. Yeah. We got to bring this out quite a bit, just like that. And let's scale this bad boy up. It's nice. Scale this bad boy up. Nice. And let's scale this bad boy up too, just to get some nice volume in there. Okay. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to double click this. Whoops. Just regular click the top one, the one that's in the hierarchy. 1, 2, 3. This one's in the hierarchy. Copy digit settings. I'm going to click on the top one on here. Now I'm going to paste the digit settings so we can get easy start. And as you can see, this is why working with CAD is 10 times better. Okay? Just like that. So again, this is the top one doing in the hierarchy. So it's going to copy this, this, and this. All these settings. I click on the top one, it's going to get the ones in the hierarchy. It's children. 1, 2. So I click on the top one, copy digit settings. I'm in the modifier panel, copy digit settings. I'm going to click on the top one. See, corresponding, this is the top, so I'll click on the top one here. And then I'll click on paste digit settings. There we go. And it'll give me pretty much what I have to start with. Okay? And now all I have to do is whoops. Let me just double click because I want to move it all. And it'll go just like that. Okay? And bring this back just a little bit, even more. Do you need my my card? All right. Yeah, go ahead. And we're going to scale this in. Yeah, bring him. That'd be good. And I'm just making sure that these are nicely placed. And just take the top one only and move that over. Okay. And it looks like we got some good placement. For the thumb, it's going to be moved over like that. Rotate it, obviously. Make sure we rotate it. Just like that. And let's place this bad boy right there. Up a little bit. Make sure we have good placement. Okay? Make sure we have good placement. And rotate it. Okay, beautifully. Okay? So now we're going to take the movement. We're going to move it there. And just like that. Make sure we have good placement, guys. Very important for good placement. And that fits beautifully in there. Okay? We're going to want to make sure, again, this is where the bone joint is, and the thing bends right here. The thumb bends right here. So we're going to bring this down a little bit. Watch. And there. And we're going to bring this one up a little bit to right there. And this one's going to be up a little bit too. Nice bone placement. So I'm going to bring this bone in just a little bit here. And Because remember, we want bends. We want it to actually bend for the IK to work, IK system to work. So let's bring this over there, that over there. And this is possibly, oopsies, how the fuck did that happen? Anyways, we'll just zoom extents to selected. And it's possibly a little too, yeah, a little bit too wide. Alright, where the fuck am I? Okay. Okay. So that looks good, guys, doesn't it? Nice, good hands system. Awesome. So now that we've done that, it's a lot of work, guys, don't you think? Well, anyways. Click on the clavicle bone, which is the top of the hierarchy. See, top one. It'll affect this, this, and all the digits. Go ahead and copy limb settings. Click on this one. Instead, since it's the opposite side, instead of going paste limb settings, we're going to paste mirror limb settings. And then again, everything's going to be set up perfectly. As long as your character is symmetrical. Okay, if your character is symmetrical, it works perfectly. Everything is beautiful, isn't it, guys? I thought so. Anyways, now that we got that, it's a good time to save. So let's go ahead and save this. Anywhere, doesn't matter. Human underscore test. And I made a boo-boo, but that's fine. With this here. I'm hoping this doesn't affect the, and it does. Okay, guys, very important. You guys should have, make sure the hips were appropriate first before you even did the arms. Okay? Make sure these are appropriate before you even did the arms. And then bring this back a little bit. Okay, since these are all centered now, it's not going to be that difficult. Just double click on this so we can have everything. Just move this back a little bit. Now double click this one, the arm here, so that we can bring this back a little bit. And everything should be aligned properly now. And let's just bring this up. I'm just replacing, guys, because I made a stupid mistake to do the arms before I ever got the body in place and the head in place. So go ahead and make sure your hips are in the right place, and then the rest of the main body, like the legs, are in generally the right place. The hips, the spine, the back, and the head are generally in the right place. And then go ahead and do your arms. Just like that. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Okay. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Okay. So I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to say, well, honey, move this over a little bit, guys. Like that should be fine. Well, hun, don't want anything else at the store? No, honey, that'll be it. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, guys, see that? See how that works out? Do you guys see how that works out? Okay, so let me go ahead and right-click. Just left-click once on the top hierarchy. Okay. And I'm gonna get an angle so you can watch this. Go ahead and copy limb settings and go to the top one in this hierarchy here, and then go ahead and paste mirror. Okay. Now everything is going to be identical. Okay. So that's perfect. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Awesome. Lay it on the door. Okay, everything there is perfect. So let me go ahead and deal with again one side. Okay, guys, one side. And double click the top so we can select everything in its hierarchy. No, I guess not. Let's just click the bottom one here. And let's just make this top one a little bigger. The reason being is you can see how this is straight. That's going to mess up the IK. Where it bends is supposed to be bendy. But it's too short for it to bend. So it's going to do that. Remember, make sure that these bones connect right where there's going to be a bend, and I think the knee is like right here. So that's fine. Also, make sure that there's a bend, even if it doesn't line up perfectly. Make sure that there is a bend, okay, guys? It's very, very important. Even if it doesn't line up perfectly. For the IK system, make sure that there's a bend. Just like that. Okay? And let's go down here. And for the feet, very important as well for a biped. Go ahead and move it by the, not the feet, but by these little squares you see here. And bring that over, just like that. So what? I don't need to. Not with the biped. Okay. Hold on, guys. Here you go. One pack of Newport 100s, please. All right, thanks, hon. Okay. I'm going to move this up a little bit again, because the fact I'm looking at the pivots here. I want the pivots to be where the foot is bending at the ankle level. And this can obviously go down a little bit. And rotate this a little bit. And make that a little bigger. And move that. Move that a little bit. Just making sure I keep everything where it's supposed to be. Nice placement of things. Again, the ankle bends are right around here, so that's why the pivot is right here. Okay? Again, very important. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, longer here, just to stress that I really want a bend in there for the IK system. That's too much of a bend. Huh. That's interesting. I'm not sure how the hell I made the gizmo get the gizmo get turned off. It must hit a button or something. Weird. Weird, 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 weird. I'm saving and exiting. I had no idea how the hell I just made my transform gizmo just disappear. Oh my f***ing God. I have no idea how that just... Sorry for this, guys. There. Okay. I'm lucky I found that. That was by luck going into the preferences. All right. Okay. Bring that back a little bit. And bring this back a little bit. Again, paying attention to have... All right, honey. Paying attention to have nice, a bend at least a little bend, just like that. And I think I'll definitely make sure that this is proper. Good, there's a nice bend in there. And that foot looks like it's good placement. So I'm going to go ahead and, like the before, make sure that this is filled out as good as it can go. Make sure that is filled out as good as it can go. I'm going to put that a little bit thicker there. And obviously make sure that's a little thicker there, a little thicker there. Okay. And this. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and select these. What the Okay. Local. Okay, I'm going to select this in the hierarchy. I'm going to go ahead and copy. Select that in the hierarchy. Paste mirror. Okay, so I get proper alignment. And this looks pretty well done. Yeah. I might want to take this one here and bring that in a little bit. For that, I want to bring that out and probably bring this in just a little bit. Okay, like that. You probably want to make this a little bit taller too. And that looks pretty much good. Pretty much good. Okay, let's go ahead and save it. And go ahead and right click, unfreeze all, and click yes. Now, very, very important, click on this. Yep, that's centered. Click on our model. Yep, that's centered. Our model is centered. Our pivot is centered. So both of this, now listen, very important. Our character, his pivot is in 0, 0, 0. Perfect. Our character rig, cat, is centered, 0, 0, 0. Only wrong thing is that both the rig and the character need to be facing the positive Y direction, which is here. So very simple fix. Select everything. Go into the rotate. Turn on your angle snaps toggle. And rotate everything 180 degrees. So that they're now facing the positive Y direction. Look at down here at the gizmo. Positive Y direction. That's the way they're facing. That's very, very important. Okay? Let's go ahead and click on this rig. Right click on here, and it's not in the middle anymore. Not in the middle. Okay? So right click. All these, make sure it's in the middle. Go ahead and click our model. Right click. Make sure it's all in the middle. Now these should be exactly in the middle. beautifully. 0, 0, 0 of everything, facing the positive Y direction. Perfect. File, save. Beautiful, right? Now, this would be all set if you're going to be using 3D Studio Max for the rest of the process and exporting through Cryengine. However, we are not rigging in 3D Studio Max. We are going to be rigging in in Maya for the automatic script. Okay? So this is something you need to do if you're using CAT, a character animation toolkit with these little, not biped, okay? Character animation toolkit. And transporting it to Maya. I don't know why this happens, but it does. Go to defeat. Number of digits, add 1 digit. Because in Maya, it basically gets rid of the end one on the display. Since this is the last one in the hierarchy, well, before we added that, but since this was the last one in the hierarchy, it gets rid of this bone for some reason. And you don't want to. So you add an extra bone so that it will get rid of this bone so you can keep the rest. That's why. So click on this, copy, click on that, paste mirror. Again, since we want to keep, I'll show you. Since we want to keep all 3 bones, obviously, we need to add an extra one. Because for Maya, for some reason, with the cat rig, it deletes the last one in the hierarchy. And you'll be left with 2 bones. So you have to create an extra bone. That way, it deletes the last one, but you keep the 3 you really want. So go ahead and add 4 bones. Okay? Bones, you want 4. Well, I never did biped before, but with my rig, it did that. So we'll just see how this works out. With my rig, I deleted the last one in the hierarchy, so I had to add an extra bone to all the end ones. But this is a biped rig, which I haven't tried yet. If you guys are wondering, I tried the ape preset in the cat rig, and I modified it extensively. But there we go. There's all of that. File, save, and technically, yes, it'll do it with the head as well. I just haven't figured out how to add a bone to it. Bones, added a spine. Nope, that ain't gonna work. And again, I'm just adding this so that it ends up keeping my head bone. And that should be fine. File, save. Okay, now very important, you got to make sure you have the latest FBX plugins for your version and system. It's 32-bit or 64-bit. But make sure nothing's selected. File, export. And we're going to go to the desktop. And make sure it's FBX, very important. And human underscore test. Okay, human test. FBX, save. And make sure you go on the exporter, see FBX export. Make sure you go click web updates. And blah, 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 blah. There was a newest version, blah, blah, blah. Would you like to download? Okay, make sure you have the latest one. Make sure you collect the current preset, Autodesk Media Entertainment. Once you do that, there is under the animation, very important, under bake animations, you say yes. Bake the animations, okay? Bake the animations. And everything else is perfectly fine. Just hit bake animations. Blah, 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 blah. Click OK. Cool, huh? Make sure we save it again. Exit. Now let's open up Maya. 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 File. Import. Desktop. Human test FBX. Okay. And make sure you have the latest FBX plugin for Maya as well. In here, these are going to be little circle things, and that's what those little platform things for the feet. Remember those little square things? You can delete those by clicking on and deleting those little platform things. Oh, okay. The good news is if you're using the biped, you don't need to add bones. So with my rig I had to add bones to the end. But you're probably going to see neck, head. Yeah, actually, 1, 2. I'm 100% correct. Yes, go ahead and add those extra bones. See how I have 3? 1, 2, 3, and it deleted the extra one? That's what happens. Yes. Just to be safe, add the extra bone at the end. As you can see, I have the proper amount of bones. It deleted the extra one. So go ahead on the cat rigs, add an extra bone. Okay? Oh, by the way, you can see, obviously, I'm going to take this and rotate. Woohoo! Nothing. It's not skinned to the mesh. Woo. Not skinned to the mesh. Okay. Whoops. Now this is where the automatic rigger comes in. Alright, this is cool beans. Okay, first of all, go ahead and save it. And I'm going to name it, again, human _ test. And save it on your desktop if you want. Being created with the student version, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Anyways, now, I'm not going to talk you how to install the plugin, but I will tell you where to get it. CreativeCrash.com. CreativeCrash.com. Okay, CreativeCrash.com. Or just search Google, www.creativecrash.com, or Google Creative Crash. And when you're on Creative Crash, search Heat Weight PM. See? HEATWEIGHT. Heat weight. Like, oh, I'm hot, and geez, I weigh a lot. Okay. So Heat Weight PM. PM. Mother. PM. Heat Weight PM. Okay? So search Heat Weight PM, and the latest version will be 6. What is it? Blah, 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 blah. I think it's 6.6 or something 0.6. Yeah, anyways. creativecrash.com, PM heat weight. Just download it. Okay? And it'll include a README file that'll tell you how to install it. If you don't want to look at the README, read the directions down here how to install it. Anyways, once you got it installed, it'll be here. Heat weight, PM. Okay, there's a little button here. So check this out. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and select the root bone. You know it's the root bone right here. Oh, if you noticed, the triangle thing disappeared. See? Disappeared. Triangle disappeared. That's because Cat is only for 3D Studio Max, and it's not supported here. So now the root bone, the thing that moves everything, is going to be the root bone, like a biped. See? I clicked it once, and it selected everything. It's the root bone. See? Human pelvis. It's the root bone. Selected everything. So once you have the root bone selected, root bone, make sure, root bone. You can't just do this. You can't go blah and select all the bones, okay? You have to select the root bone, okay? That selected everything. Root bone, the one that's the highest in the hierarchy. Then you hold shift and click on your model. Bam. Now I got my model selected and the root bone selected. And now just hit the heat weight button. Boop, heat weight. This script works in two modes. Slow but undoable, or faster but clears undo. I just click faster. It's not like undoable makes it better at skinning, and it doesn't. It just means faster or slower. Okay? Click faster. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, now this program, Attach Weights Win, is actually something called Pinocchio, but somebody made a front end for this program. Pinocchio is like a newest technology that came out. And it's not really a program, it's like a technology demonstration of how they can automatically add skeletons to any model and rig them to any model without knowing what kind of model it is, and animate it automatically. This is cool. Create bones and rig it and animate it without, any model. And it was just a technology demonstration, but somebody who was brilliant took the source code is free for the actual, that new technology I was talking about. The source code is free, C++, and somebody took that and made a Maya thing for it using that technology. Let's see if I aligned the bones properly. I don't know. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I have an idea. Something tells me it worked. Okay. Whoa, how cool is this? Okay. And what about this? How does this work? Is this good skinning? Oh, wow, yeah. It's perfect skinning. Not bad for automatic. Okay, let's go to something more intricate down here. How about the wrist? Oh, wow, wrist is perfect. Come on now, don't tell me that. Okay, how about the thumb? Thumb, thumb, thumb. No way. No freaking way. Awesome. Now what about this little end piece here? Does that work too? Does that work? Oh wow, yeah, perfect. Okay, let's try one of these little fingers here. How good does this work? Let's see. Oh wow, it skinned it perfect, didn't it, guys? Okay, let me just select this middle one. What's the deal here? What's the deal? What? There's no way. No way. No way. Actually, yes, way, guys. There is a way, and it's free. It's called Heat Weight PM, okay? For Maya. What about legs? Check out the legs. What? No way. And this is a great solution for automatic rigging, guys. Very, very little work for it. Beautiful. I mean, it's not perfect, but it is wonderful, guys, okay? Very, very wonderful. Very, very wonderful. Let's try out the spine here, the middle spine. And that's nice, guys. What about the head? Did the head come out good or not? Is this able to, yeah, beautiful, huh? Okay, let's do the left and right. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, now let's go ahead and save this. And go ahead and go to File, Export All, Human Test. We'll just overwrite the human test. And, FPS Export. Go ahead and Web Updates, make sure you have the latest one. Current preset, make sure it's Autodesk Media Entertainment. Okay, Autodesk Media Entertainment, default here, Autodesk Media Entertainment. Don't change anything, and go ahead and export. What are we looking for? You got super glue? No, that's good. Okay, let's go ahead and exit, and we'll sure we'll save it. Let's open up 3D Studio Max, because that's all I used Maya for in this tutorial. And open up 3D Studio Max. It's all good. Can't wait till Crystal gets back with my cigarettes, though. Huh? What part of the wheel are you looking for? You looking for the one with the metal thing, or the one that doesn't have the metal thing? You check the closet up top. File, import, desktop, human test FBX, and use it. Make sure you Autodesk Media Entertainment for importing. Go to the animation, bone creation, and you need to change this. Very important. Every setting I show you is very important. Don't just skip it because it doesn't look important. It is. Leave as bones. Okay. And then go ahead and click OK. Again, I'm not going to texture this guy and anything. This is just showing you how to get this going. Okay? And I'm doing an in-depth tutorial. I know Just Make Games did one, and I think it's the only one on the internet, so it's good for them. But very quick, dirty. I hope to actually create something of actual substance here. You can delete that. Boop. Okay. And let's go ahead and select by name. One thing you're going to have a problem with. Actually, you may not have a problem with it. Okay, good. But let's select the okay. Let's select the entire setup and delete all the animation. Remember we told bake animation? That was needed for the export process, not because we needed to bake any animation, but for the export process that was needed. just go ahead and select like this. Click and drag, select all the keys, click delete. Let's go ahead and find the root. Pelvis, I believe it's called. Pelvis. Pelvis. Ah, human base pelvis. Look at this. Okay, that works. Okay. I want to test some of this out though. It's the upper arm. I want the collarbone. Collarbone. Okay. And rotate. Oh, beautiful. Nice collarbone interaction. Okay. And what about the arm? Beautiful arm interaction. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Let's select that here. Boom, boom. Let's go to local, actually. Local. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. If I might say so myself. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Again, let's just go to shaded. Beautiful. Wrist. I know some of the bones that look like they're connected. That's what happens when you export cat into Maya, then back to this has bones. But I assure you, that little nub there is the hand. Okay? It works beautiful. Okay? And obviously that works as well. Okay? So does this. Works beautifully. Okay, they always do. This with this plugin. Beautiful. I mean, can't get any better than that for automatic, you know? Okay. I want to continue so you can actually see the model. That's why I'm doing this again. So you can see the model. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go ahead and take this. Beautiful. Beautiful. What, buddy? Huh? You want to watch Adventure Time? Or you want to watch Caillou? Caillou? Okay, I'll Daddy put Caillou on for you. Get the remote, honey? Netflix. Beautiful thing. My son loves the show Caillou. I don't know if any of you guys ever seen that show. Alright, buddy, push play.
A vast virus database has been updated.
And head, which I don't think is this. Nope, that's just a little dummy bone. And yes, you can delete it. Beautiful, huh? Look at the deformation, guys. Oh my lord, that is beautiful. And you guys, if you guys, hold on. I'm unfreezing everything. And it's a plain old skin modifier, so if you guys want to actually sit there and modify how the envelopes are, you guys can do that too. If you see some errors and you guys want to modify some skinning, you can do that to make it as best as possible. Okay, that's the awesome thing. Oh, oh shit. Okay, and let's grab this one way down here. Come on now. Can you get better than that? Automatic? I'm saying, reason what I'm saying is if you were skinning not automatically, you guys could probably do this maybe better if you're a professional. But for people like me, you can't go wrong. Did you get my cigarettes? Awesome, thank you, my love. You guys are just saying, well, how come these bones are connected? That's because, again, cat to Maya, Maya back into 3D Max with bones instead of cat. That's why. But will that affect Cryengine? Nope. Not at all, guys. It doesn't affect Cryengine, the export process. Now, let's, for instance, we have this. And if I take this and I move it, okay, and I move it, you're going to see I don't have very much IK. So I'm going to show you guys how to set up some IK. Okay, guys? So let's go ahead and I'm going to click the top one in hierarchy right here. Okay? And I'm going to go to Animations, IK Solvers, IK Limb Solver. Oops. I have the top one selected. And I'm going to go to IK Limb Solver. And connect it to the wrist bone right there. Okay. Now what happens if I move this? I got some nice IK going, okay? Some nice IK. You guys might be saying, well, if I get IK and I get it to a position where I got IK, but let me select my wrist bone, not the IK solver. Let me select my actual wrist bone, and let me try to rotate my wrist. Okay, I can do that. Okay, what about this? Look at that. Once I do the IK, once I do the IK solver, I lose all the ability to actually go in there and manually move or rotate these things. Okay? And that sucks. It really does. So, in order to get around that, let's go ahead and click on this IK solver. And IK solver, IK limb, go ahead and click enable, and it takes it off of enable. That allows me to, okay, ready? Have the IK solver, okay? Allows me to have the IK solver. Alright? On top of manual movement and rotation. Okay? Okay, so let me just add that IK solver in again. Here's one thing. Because there's bones aren't connecting this, okay, see there's no bones connecting from here to here. I'm not able to do the IK solver from this bone to, let's say, this bone. IK solver, because there's no bones connecting, so it won't work. It'll just connect it to the last bone. But you can actually do it with the animations. IK solver, it's the HI solver. The HI solver is just like basically the same thing, and it will allow you to connect it to something that's not connecting. That's not the technical description, but that's a stupid dummy description that I come up with. I don't care how it works. All I know is if I do it with the HI solver, I can connect it to bones that aren't connecting typically here. So let's just go ahead and add this IK. We're going to want to have that IK. It's good. Just like that. And same thing over here. And with the limbs as well. IK solver, IK limb solver, and on the foot. You see this, guys? If you just don't want to move the head, it's an option. If you want to, you can go to this bone here, animations, IK solvers, IK limb solver, and connect it to this last bone. I'm sorry. Animations, IK solvers, HI solver, an HI solver to here, and then by moving this you can actually move the whole body, which, to be honest, I do recommend. It just adds, just be careful how you use it, but you can if you want. Actually, I probably don't recommend you use it for the biped here because of the way it's skinned, but you could if you want. Actually, yeah, but you can do that. You can just pick the different bones you want to do that stuff with, and you can do that. For now, we just have these here, and we want to decrease the display size of these. So click on the solver, and under the goal display, let's go and cut these down to like 25. It's a lot better, a lot manageable, I should say. Preference, 25. Not really important, just preference. Again, I learned all of this stuff yesterday. I know. I'm a I'm a geek, I know. No, I just put a lot of time into this shit, man. No joke. Let's go ahead and save it. And I got human test in here somewhere. Yeah, human test, so to save over the old one. And I recommend IK solvers for the hands too. And make sure it's the bottom little nub. It's like a little nub. And it won't allow it. So what I'll do is instead I use the HI solver. There we go. And display to like 10 little fingers. Even smaller than that, actually. I like a size of 5 will look good. Yeah. Animations, IK solvers, HI solver, because these will work for these little nubs here, whereas IK limb won't. I don't know why, but again, I'm not technical about it. All I know is if I do this, it works. HI solver, a little nub at the bottom, and select the top one. Animations, IK solvers, HI solver. And you'll lose all ability to rotate and move each individual bone. That's part of the IK solving, unless you disable this, but we'll do this after all at once. And no, we're using bones, so we don't have the ability to copy the settings. like with CAT, Character Animation Toolkit, included in version 2011 and above. Not this bone. Remember the little nub at the end. How many of these do you have? We have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Anyways, let's go into the select and don't show bones, show helpers. 14. So select all these helpers here. Boop. Oh crap, we're not able to. Frig. Alright, we'll just select one by one. Damn it. I was going to try to cheat it. But anyways. Wait. Motion. No. $14. I undid that. 13. Undo that. 12, undo that. 11, undo that. 10, undo that. 9, undo. 8, undo. 7, undo. 6, undo. 5, undo. 4, undo. 3, undo. 2, undo. 1, undo. 3, okay. And that should be fine. Let's go ahead and save it. Save. Save often, okay? Oh, cigarettes. Wonderful. How much did it come up to? Okay.
Daddy,
What, honey?
it's stuck.
It's stuck. Let me fix it. Oh man, sorry guys, I'm sick. I've been sick for about, I don't know, a week now. Not like puking or anything, but runny nose, stuffy nose. I had strep throat, I think, a little bit. But I'm hanging in there. Okay, lighter. Huh? Yep. That's cool. Alright, guys. I'm not a professional animator, so don't get mad at me. We're just going to do some movement just so we can see how it works, okay? Oh, something just came up. Totally forgot I did this. Cool. Alright, where's that little picture? I made a tiny little drawing. Little words, I should say, not drawing. Words. Oh, great. Character creation for Cryengine. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Look at this. It's wonderful, isn't it? Okay, guys, here we go. Process of doing it. You need a model. Okay, model something. rig it, as in skinning, adding the IK helpers, IK chains, or whatever, like I just did. That's the part we're at. We modeled and we rigged. That's the part we're at. Next part is the export the .chr and then test in the character editor in Cryengine to make sure that your model came out appropriate before you get yourself into the animating and then the .cba and then exporting your animation and creating the CHR param. Before doing that, that just adds more variables of things that can go wrong. So before you even continue, make sure that your character is appropriate in the character editor, okay? So you modeled, rigged, and we need to export to CHR. Okay? We did it. So before we animate animations for any of that, blah, 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 let's go ahead and file. Let's save it. Now, very important, you need to save in the right directory. It's very important. People forget about this. Think, oh, you just need to export it in the right directory. No. You need to save before you export every time. Every time you export, you need to save right before you export. So save, then export, save, then export, save, then export, okay? And the max file needs to be in the same directory as your CHR, okay? So go ahead and file, save as, and blah, 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 okay? I have, well, my Cryengine root directory, games, my files, objects, characters. Oops. Characters. I'm going to create a new folder called humans. Humans. New folder. Human underscore TE. Human test. Okay? I'm going to save the max file in there. Wherever I save my max files, wherever the CHR is going to be exported to. Very important. And remember, this video may be long, but you can skip parts if you know it. I recommend you don't skip parts because that's how you miss certain details and then ask me questions and, oh, why doesn't this work? Why doesn't this work? Because you skipped the very important parts. Okay? I may talk a lot, but a lot of stuff I talk about is important. Okay? So make sure you do that. And keep in mind, you can also rewind if you missed a part. You didn't understand it. You can always rewind, pause, test it out. Okay? That's what videos are cool. You can pause and rewind. So since that's done there, let's go. And everything's facing the positive Y direction. Okay? And let's go ahead and Alt-X. Sorry. Unfreeze all. Alt-X to see through it. And let's just apply a default material. This is what you're going to have to do when you make a real character. Okay? So go ahead and make sure that you have a Crytek shader. Name it the same name as your actual character. So let's go ahead and name our character human test. So let's go ahead and take our human test and make that the name. Okay? If you have a multi-sub object material, just click on standard. Like I say, if your head is a different mesh than this, you have multi-sub object. It means you're going to have a material for this and a material for this. In that case, you're going to have to create a multi-sub object material and discard all material. And then if you had two, like head and this, are two different messages that are going to have two different textures, materials applied, go ahead and set the number to 2 because you're going to have 2. See? 2. Okay? Or if you're going to have 3, let's say if this arm is a different material, this arm is a different material, the body is a different material, and the head is a different material, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 different materials. So go ahead and set this number to 4. Okay? But we don't have a sub-object material, so we're going to make sure that we are on standard. And the standard here, I'm going to go to Crytek. And on the sub-objects, just make sure you do this too, on each material, on the sub-object. Crytek shader, physicalize, default, okay? Physicalize, default. Crytek shader, make sure it's the same name, human test, okay? Very important, physicalize, default. And for maps, we're not going to have any texture maps. Okay? But we did that. Okay, go ahead and click on this. Make sure we assign material to selection. There we go. Now it has its own material. And just make this a darker color. Just like that. That way the red isn't so bling right in your face when we actually enter the Cryengine, because since we don't have a texture applied, It's going to make it the red default texture thing. So we'll add the black color here so that the red isn't so glowy. Just preference. And make sure we select again. And make sure that we click on here on our material and assign material to selection. And you can click show shade material in viewport if you want. Not important, but you can if you want to preview what your texture looks like in here. You click this button right here. Okay, now that that's done, let's go ahead in the utilities, Cryengine 3 exporter, and go ahead and click on your actual mesh, add selected, and it's going to automatically add your root bone, which is the human pelvis. Root bone is the human's pelvis. It already detects the root bone in there, the one that's highest on the hierarchy of the model, which is the root bone. It puts it in here. Don't worry about this. You do not need this yet. You don't have any animations. This is all animation stuff. This is all animation menus here. Don't worry about it. You just want human test. Export to. We don't want CGF. We want character. CHR. Since our model is saved in that directory we chose it to, export file per node. Very important. Make sure everything else is default. Okay, just take a look at these settings here. And export nodes. Okay. Okay, we have an issue here. Issue is, we have two of the same name bones. See? Human digit 11, human digit 11. Two different bones. Two bones that have the same name. Very problematic. That's okay though. Just go ahead here. Display none. Display none, and just make sure you display your bones. Now that we've done that, we're going to select every single bone that we have. Every single bone, every single bone. You can name these whatever you want, but I'm just going for the quick naming convention. I'm not going to name these exactly what they're named. But you may want to. Honestly, you may want to. Very important too. Not very important, but for organization's sake and knowing what your bones are, name them appropriately. But for here, I'm just going to not really worry about it. I'm going to deselect the pelvis though. Okay? The root bone. I'm going to deselect it. I'm going to select every single bone. I'm going to go to the tools. Okay? Tools. Turn on the AC, honey, please. I don't know why it was just turned off. I want it on, please. It's hot as heck in here. Then I'm going to go to rename objects. And I'm going to name the objects. And what this rename objects is, it's going to take everything you have selected, model, bones, doesn't matter what you have selected, and it's going to name them in a convention way. So the base name is going to be human test bones. Everything's going to have human test bone in it. Okay, because these are bones. Human test bone underscore. Okay, and we want numbered, yes. Starting at 1, and we're going to step 1. Means we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we have step 2, it's going to go 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21. Okay, so make sure you have step 1. Base number 1, so human test bone 1, human test bone 2, human test bone 3. Got it? Okay. Hit rename. All done. So now if we go ahead and look at the bones. Wow, a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, blah, 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 blah. That way they all have a unique name. And for the human pelvis, I'm going to human test bone underscore copy, just so I know the root is specific. I want to know where the root is. So, root. Okay. Now that all the bones are named appropriately, so let's click our model again, clear, add selected, and look, human test bone root. We found it. Okay. CHR. Make sure we save. Remember, every time before we export, we need to save. Important. No yelling, buddy. And export file per node, and all these are good. Yes, it already exists, so I want to do it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You guys may not have these ones, but for some reason I do. These are all default for me. It doesn't know what user dialog means. I guess in my RC exe, resource compiler, it has a custom config of user dialog, and it's just telling me it doesn't know what user dialog is. That's all fine. Crystal, I'm serious. I can't have that yelling, honey. Hey, Rich, Please stop. Hey, buddy, please stop yelling. Okay? Thank you. Will you please stop? Oh, you want your cookie, Rich? You want your cookie? Jeffrey, you want your cookie? Go see Mama. She has your cookies. Oh, okay. Everything's all done. Cool, we got it. Let's go ahead and save it. Now let's go check. Remember, part of the export process. Model, rig, export CHR, which we just did. Test in character editor. So let's go ahead. Let's test it in the character editor. Cryengine Seaman is my root thing here. And we're going to bin 64 and open up the editor. Bin 32 editor if you have a 32-bit operating system. But if you have a 32-bit operating system, please upgrade to 64-bit if you have more than 4 gigs of RAM. It's worth it. Starting speech recognition, blah, 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 blah. Log in. Log in. Pa 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 ba 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 ba. That's going to freeze just for a second, guys, because of stupid speech recognition. It freezes it up a little bit. Hey, did you get me a drink, honey, at the store? Do we have any drinks? Do you get any water? Yeah, all right. There we go. All right. You guys are going to see a stupid single idle animation. One idle animation. Hey. Hey, buddy. Hey.
Hello, and welcome to Seaman. My name is Seaman. What is your name?
Hey, buddy.
What?
Oh, not you, Scotty. What? What are you looking at? Huh? What are you looking at? Huh? I don't see anything. What? What are you looking at?
No.
Who the f are you looking at, buddy? Huh? That's my little gorilla I've been working on. He's just breathing right now. He's breathing. Just looking around, saying, what the hell's going on? I know it sucks, I'm not a good animator. Anyways, if you have good animators, please let me know so we can work together. We'll work together. Alright, guys, if you're going to be destructive, you guys got to leave the room. Okay? I'll put on another episode of Caillou. Here you go. Alright, anyways. Open up the character editor and just cross your fingers to make sure this works. Okay, character editor's right here, guys. You guys will probably know if you guys are wondering about this tutorial. Yeah, you guys know what the character editor is. You still got my water, honey? And yeah, the kids need to go out into the living room. Not with them acting like that. Please, honey. They're throwing the PlayStation controller around and everything, so. And they just got all our cookie stuff all over my computer. So I would appreciate it if you brought them in the other room to play with. Huh? The toys in there. Crystal, come on, baby. Okay, we're in the character editor. File, open, and just go ahead and search for your folder you put it in. Put it in characters, humans, human test. Uh-oh. Loading of character. Not good. Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Oh no, oh no, oh no. I'm glad we had that problem, actually. If you look down here, default skeleton, wrong orientation. See, default skeleton has wrong orientation. Please use the Cryengine convention when building a model. Oh no, we have bad issues. Okay, open up 3D Studio Max. And whoa, okay. Anyways, here's a problem, guys. Let me just close out of this. And no, we don't want to save. Hopefully I don't have to re-rig it. But I'm glad we had this issue because a lot of people said, hey, we have this issue, how do you fix it? Well, I do know how to fix it because I came across it last night. Hey, hurry up. What are you doing? Don't load. Exit. Hey. I said exit, not load. Okay, good. Finally it exited. AC on, please. I asked for that like 1,000 times. Oh. Alright. Thank you. Remember before we had the little triangle thing that was pivoted at the center? Well, here's the problem here. Let's find the root bone. This is the root bone, right? I think this would be the problem. Okay. I went to the root bone, which is now the leader of the hierarchy, the top dog, the big root bone. Before it was this, and we centered it. But since we now have a biped, which the root bone is here, which is the root bone is the one that's highest in the hierarchy. It's the one that everything is linked to. In that case, this root bone. Now, if we go into the local, okay, we need to go to the here, local, very important. We can see that, yes, Y is facing the Y direction, but X is facing up, which Z is supposed to face up, and Z is facing in the negative X direction. Totally wrong. So Y needs to face the positive Y direction, see? Positive Y, which is good. But X facing upwards, no way. Z is up. So this needs to be perfect rotation. Unfortunately, we've already rigged it, and you can't really fix it. Well, you can. Okay, before I had to re-rig it, but I think I may come up with a little a little bit of a solution here. Maybe. Okay? Maybe. So let's go ahead into the Create tab. Systems. Bones. Go ahead and create a bone. Okay? Bone. Okay? Just one bone. Did the little nub at the end. Whoops. Right click. So we have one bone. Okay? And we're going to right click it. Make sure that it's all zeroed out. 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay? And on the movement, everything is zeroed out. 0, 0, 0 on the movement transforms. Rotation, everything needs to be 0, 0, 0. Scale, obviously don't worry about the scale. Okay, go to here, reset X forms, and reset selected. Now don't collapse it, just select all the X forms and just delete it. Okay, so now if we take a look at this bone, Y is facing the Y, X is facing the right X, and Z is facing the right Z. Y is Y, X is X, and Z is Z, appropriately, right? Look at this little gizmo down here. Now this is going to be our new root bone. See how that's perfectly centered, 0, 0, 0, rotation 0, 0, 0, and Y is forward, X is the right way, and Z is the right way. That's perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to graph editors, new schematic view, and we're going to make sure that we are in hierarchy mode. See hierarchy mode? Go ahead and click it. One thing I forgot to do, well, anyways, we're going to name this our new root bone. I'm just going to name this root, R-O-O-T. R-O-O-T. Root. Okay? Now we're going to take this root bone here. Okay, you can see the hierarchy. See, this is the human bone root. So all we're going to do is we're going to take the human test bone root, which is the actual root bone. I selected it. See, that's the actual root bone. And we're just going to make this the actual root, which is this right here. Since this has all the proper orientation, we're going to link, go ahead and click on the connect, and we're going to connect the old root bone to our new properly aligned root bone, just like that. And all the IK chains, see all these IK chains that we made, these IK chains, very important. Go ahead and link all the IK chains up to the root as well. Bink. See? All up to the root as well. Go ahead and get out of the connect by going to select our root bone, right click, arrange children. There we go. Now if you look at our bone here, we have Y is proper, X is proper, Z is proper. Everything's perfect. Okay, and it's called root. So let's go ahead and save it again. Click on this here. And I'm not sure, before I had to re-rig it, okay, I had to redo everything. But I think that may work, I'm not exactly sure. Go to Cryengine Exporter, clear, take our model, add selected. Oh, and I found our root. But let's see if this actually works, guys. So everything's there. Let's go ahead and export. And go to yes. Close. Let's go to our materials. Okay. 3D Studio Max is acting really weird. Okay, I'm still recording. I want to know if the Control Alt and Delete messed me up. Anyways, now that I've exported that, I want to create a material as well. So go ahead and for Max 2, go ahead and create a material. I exported, now I'm creating a material. 3D Studio Max is acting really, really slow for some reason, guys. But I'm going to log in. And once I do that, I'm going to click Create Material again. It's going to allow me to create it. I'm going to put the material. Very important, guys, to have your material auto-loaded onto the model. Not even just for a character, but for any model. You need to put the material file, same name, like we did here. Same name as that. Material needs to be the same name here, and saved as the same name in the same directory, same folder as your model. So my files, objects, characters, humans, human test. It needs to be named human test CHR. So I'll just delete the CHR at the end. Human test material. Okay. Saved. And just make sure you hit save a couple times. Save, 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 save. Okay. And then you can just close out. I'm going to close out of this though. I'm going to save it, yeah. And I closed out so that way maybe if I reopen it, it'll work 10 times better than what it was working at. So let's go ahead and try this. Good. Now you're off. Good, good, good. And we don't need to open up a level to see in the character editor. But we're going to look at the character editor. If it works, open up a level, then put it in the level. So we'll go to character editor. And I don't know. Like I said, I had to re-rig it last time. I had to re-rig it because of that error I had last night. But I just see if I can add a new bone at 000, then make it the new parent. And I wanted to see if that worked. So, you know, now it's the final deal. Does it work? If it does, that's the easy-ass solution that I just came up with for everyone that was having issues. And, guys, I'm a genius. There you go. Bada boom, bada bing. Just give it a second. Oh no, me, he says. Replace me, replace me. Anyways, as you can see, we have no animation, no nothing, but our character is in the character editor. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And all we had to do was add a new bone at 000, make sure it had the right orientation, X, Y, and Z, and then make it the new parent of everything. And then re-export. So let's open. Pretty cool, guys, huh? So I did two things. Show you a tutorial on how to, well, I'm not done the tutorial yet, but show you a tutorial how to make, you know, characters, custom characters for Cryengine. And part two will finish that up with the, you know, animation graph when I figure that out. And also showed you how to fix the error that I read on CryDev. Everybody was having, not everybody, but a lot of people were having and didn't know how to fix it. So there you go. Make a new root bone, make a new bone, 000, transform world center. Rotation X, Y, and Z need to be right and proper, and then make it the new parent by linking it as a top dog. Ba, 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 ba. I like my little gorilla. I think it did a good job. I think I did. There was a little error there. What the hell happened? Oh shit, I don't know how that got messed up. I have tessellation on this guy. Big time. Check this out. Tessellation. And I guarantee that's what's causing all that weird artifacting there. Because it isn't in the actual model. But yeah, really crazy tessellation. And that's good. Because I don't really lose that much performance. Actually, I like DirectX 11. It's cool. You know? Look over here. It's not rendering it. Look over here. Still, really good. I like it. No performance really that much of a loss and extreme high. Okay. So let's go ahead. Now we have the character. Go to Geometry Entity. This is not how you would normally add a character, but I just want to show you that way you can add it. Characters, animals, not animals, humans, human test, Yeah, I can bring that bad boy in. Bada bing, bada boom. Cool, 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 huh, guys? Oh, by the way, let's open up the console here. CA draw skeleton 1, and then you're able to see the skeleton. That's the root bone here that everything is parented to. See? Able to see the skeleton. Pretty cool, in case you guys didn't know that.
Hello, and welcome to Seaman. My name is Seaman. What is your name?
Oh, my Cryengine froze. It's okay. It's okay. But there you go. Let's go ahead and animate. That's the meat of the thing, right? You guys want to be able to animate and set up the CBA file and all that junk and all the character params. How confusing is that? Very confusing, actually. Thank God I did all the work for you guys so you guys can understand it. So now we exported to CHR, we're testing the character editor. Perfect. Everything is perfect. See? Bam. Works perfectly. Once it works perfectly, you can go ahead onto the animation. So let's go ahead and do that. Open up 3D Studio Max and let's animate. Animation. Animation. Hello, my son. Come here. I see you. I see you, my son. Yeah. Yeah. He's pulling on Mama Stone. That's what he's doing. For animation, I like to go Alt-X to do that, and I like to freeze him. Freeze selection. That way I can't select the guy, and I can see through him and select the bones. And what I think I'm going to do, actually, I want to try something. Hold on. I want to try something. Come on, honey. No, get down. Okay. Just make this guy wave. Okay? So first thing you do, I want a default pose to be this. Default pose with no animation to be this. Okay? So I select everything. Every single bone. Not the model, just the bones in the IK helpers. Okay? And to make sure I'm on 0, because this 0 holds the default pose for your character. 0 holds the default pose again. Okay? Go to the auto key and go ahead and set keys. It's going to set default pose at 0. And I'm going to go to 1 to start my animation, and I'm going to add the same thing. There, same thing. That's going to be the default pose. And the animation is going to start at frame 1. It's on auto key. That's going to be an issue. See how I move this? And all these lag behind. I don't want that. So I'm going to select all of these here. And very important, because I'm making changes to the hierarchy. I'm about to make changes to the hierarchy. I got to re-export my character mesh. I do. Before I animate, I have to re-export my character mesh. So typically, whoops, you're going to seriously want to make sure your hierarchy is set up before you start animating, which I just made a mistake. My hierarchy is not set up properly. So I want to make changes. So before you animate, you got to re-export to CHR. So I'm going to select all these ones, and I'm going to link them to this one right here. Okay. Whoa. That was weird. Never mind. I'm just gonna select. I'm going to link. I guess that's giving me issues, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, the start of the animation. Okay. What I'll just do is I'll select all of these. Okay. Start of the animation. I want his whatever. I want his hand to be on the side. On the side, just like that. And this is all the first frame. See, the hands are, it's doing that because the hands are trying to always be where the parents are. That's why. See? So here we go. Oh, crap. My bad. Start at the animation. I want everything to be at the side. Like that. So here's the base pose. That's going to be the start of the animation. On frame 10, I got the auto key on, remember. On frame 10, I want his arm to be up there. Again, I'm not good at animating at all, guys. Okay? So don't hold me to it, please. Yeah, we got some wacko shit going on. Wacko. Oh, by the way, you do want this to be on local. And then on frame 20, I want his arm to be out here. And then on frame 30, I want his arm to be here. And 40, I want it to be back out here. See? Frame 50, don't hold me on animation skills, I suck, okay? I'm just showing you how to do it. Frame 50, I want to be on here again. So let's just test. I want the arm to be right here. So right here is the position. So I'm going to copy this key, this same position, bring it up to 60. So that way I get nice loopability. So same positions here. Down to the bottom. I bring this up to 70. So it goes up, 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 up. Huh. Just deleting the keys. I'll go out one more time. Oh! Make sure my auto key is on, by the way. Duh. Okay. Oops. I want to go out like this. Just like that. Oh, by the way, probably want to lift that shoulder up a little bit so it's more even. Select that bone. And again, I'm not a perfect animator, but make sure you got all the animation there. is supposed to be going down there. Okay, fine. For 70, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, but you bit.
Whoa. And we'll end this at 75. So that's the last key there. And we'll just play through it. Perfect looping animation. It doesn't look like it's perfect because of the fact that we have the 0 key, but that's not going to be taken into account. Because the 75 key, I copied from the first key, so it's going to be in the same position. So it's going to loop, loop, loop. And it looks like shit, I know. I'm not a good animator. Okay, and I probably got these IK targets all fucked up. But anyways, here's the moving. You guys are doing the ones that are moving, but here's the moving. Okay? Alright. So now we got the animation. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Okay, now we got all that. We animated, so go ahead and save. Save. What's our next step? Create the CBA entry. Now this is probably one of the most complicated parts of the process, is creating the CBA entry. It's probably one of the most complicated parts, but don't worry about it. Okay? Let's go ahead and do that. So on the Cryengine root directory, let's go to the game and make sure you right click. I'll use 7-zip. Okay, I use 7-zip. Right click animations, 7-zip, extract files. And when you extract files, make sure you delete the, this is animation, so make sure you delete the animations part like that. Okay, and then it'll extract the animations. Open up the animations, you're going to see animations.cba. Go ahead and open up the CBA file, animations.cba, which is located in the root directory of Cryengine, game, animations, animations.cba. And it's going to be here. And let me just make this big screen. And throughout this entire process, you're going to see all different entries for the CBAs. Animation definition, that's 1 for 1 asset. Animation definition for 2 assets. See? Okay? Okay. We're going to add our own definition for our character. Very, very important. Own definition, animation.cba. Okay. And I just did is I copied one of the ones up here. It has to copy a specific one too. Okay, see the animation definition? Very important. Sometimes options need to be included. Take the animation definition from the human generic skeleton player generic. Take that one. Go ahead and copy it, and at the bottom, make sure you have your own one. Okay, and just paste. But I have mine right here. Okay. Just copy. It can't be anyone. It can't be anyone because these ones won't work for characters. So go ahead and take one you know that works, like the human skeleton that they use. Skeleton character. That will work. So make sure you take the skeleton character. Skeleton player generic. Just copy all those ones, animation definition, and then paste it at the bottom. Paste, just like that. Make sure you don't paste it after definitions. This is the closing piece, has to be before this. Okay, so we have our own animation definition for, these are comments here, so human underscore test. See, human test. Okay, now that we got that copied, we have things that we can just fill in now because we just copied the ones from up there. Model file equals. Now this is the path with the name of it, gorilla.chr. Okay, this is the path with the name of your character model. Okay, so where is our character model? Okay, let's go ahead and find it. Model file equals blah blah blah. Let's go ahead and find it. Game, my files, objects, characters, humans, human test CHR. So I'm going to click up here once, and I'm going to take everything after the game. See, we have game. See, game. Everything after the game. Everything after the game. Copy. Model file equals everything after the game. Paste. And then you're going to add in a / / before it. Very, very important. Very, very important. Because the animations, and this gets complicated here, but I'll explain this. Animation.cba, the paths you enter here are relative to where the animations.cba is located. Since we're editing the animation.cba file, these paths are relative to where the animation.cba is located. And since the animations.cba is here, what adding this / does is it says it's going to be look in the folders behind this. See? We have the animation.cba, but behind it we want to look for my files, and we found it. This means search in the previous folder. If we didn't include this, and we were here, that's going to look for, if we didn't include this / it's going to look for my files, and it's not going to find that folder here. So this / just tell it to look in the previous folder for my files, and it found it. Very, very important. Okay, guys? And remember, these are / not backslashes, so we have to make sure they're / Okay? Human test and human test.chr. We'll copy it. Okay? Paste. So our model file for the animation definition here, the model file is go back one folder, find my files, objects, characters, humans, human test, and then find our human test CHR, our character file. Done. Cool, we got that. Animation path. Now this is the path with all of the animations, every single animations. Where are the animation files for this model? Where are the animation files for this character? And again, since we're in the animation CBA, all paths are relative to where this animation CBA is located. So it's looking in animals, gorillas, main gorilla. Animation.cba, animations. Animation.cb is here, so we're going to look for animals. See how it found it? Animals, because we're not going back a folder because there's no reason to, because it's located in animals. So animals, gorillas, main gorilla, and this, see the CAF files are the animation files, character animation file, CAF. See, that's where the animation files are. So let's go ahead and make a path where we're going to have all of our animations, because currently we don't have any animations, but this animation file needs to know where our animation is going to be kept. So go with the animation CBA right here. Just create a new folder. Actually no. Since there's already a folder here, human male. Since we're already a folder, let's put it in here. Make a new folder. Human test. Let's put all of our animations in human test. Okay? So we're in the animations.cba. We went to the human male folder that was there. It doesn't matter. You can make any folder you want anywhere, guys. Anywhere you want, guys. But since we're here, this is where all the other animations get. Let's put it here. So animations.cba. Human male. We put our new folder, human test, and this is where all our animations are going to be kept. So now that we've done that, let's copy up to animations, okay, and do this, and paste. So our animations are going to be kept in human male in the folder human test, okay. There's no, well, again, these are forward slashes. The reason why there's no forward slash at the end here is because human test is the last folder. It's the last folder that there is. There's no folders inside of this. Otherwise, we would do this if there's another folder inside of it that we wanted to put it in. But since this is the last folder that's in there, we don't put a forward slash. Now you're asking, we put this up here, okay, to let it know we want to go search behind the folder that animation CBA is in to find my files, but we don't do it here. Human male, human test. That's because the here's the animations.cba. Human male is right here, so it doesn't have to look behind the the animations folder because we're already in it. So here's the animations.cba, which is the file we're working in. See, and the path to it is human male, and it found it because it's in the same. It's in the same folder. See, animation.cba, it's in the same folder, so you don't have to tell it to look behind the directory. That's what these are for. Whoops. So we go into human male, then we tell it to go into human test and no forward slash. So human test. No forward slash because this is the last folder, see? There we go. That's where all our animations are going to be kept in the human test. Compression value, the lower, it goes up to 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, blah, blah. I don't know what the max is, but it goes to 0 as the lowest. And compression value means the lower the number, the higher quality the animation, but the bigger the file size and the processing power you're going to need. The higher the number means it's going to downgrade the animation a little bit, but it's going to greatly reduce the processing power needed and make the file a lot smaller. 2 is the default. Yes, make it 2. Very, very important. Just make it 2. It's just don't avoid all the hassle. Rotation, ellipsian value. These are needed here. That's why you couldn't copy from any other one, because these are needed. Just keep them at default at 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Database path. This is where the database is. Very important. See the animation path? Just take the animation path. Okay. Copy. Take the animation path and put it in the database path. Okay. Take the animation path and put it in the database path. And then add a forward slash. And then see the name of your character. Human test CHR. Okay. See CHR. Substitute that for DBA. Okay. That's all you got to do. So the database path, database file, the human test of DBA is going to be automatically generated when you export your animations. So just let it know. Human male, human test database, DBA. Okay. So the database path is the same path as the animation path. but it's going to have human test.dba at the end. Okay, foot plants. No, all capitals. Capitalization does matter. It's capital N, capital No. You would do foot plants if you had the naming convention all set up, but we don't. We didn't set up the Cryengine naming convention. We didn't use the biped naming convention, so foot plants, no. Locomotion locator value, no. We don't want it. If you're doing my tutorial, the tutorial I just showed you, when we're not using Cryengine zone, model, skeleton, then you're going to put no. For capital N, capital O. Very important. Capital N, capital O for the foot plants. And we have no special animations list, so keep this here anyways. Still needs to be here. There'll be nothing there. So there we go. We told it where the animations.cba. We added our own entry, starting here, ending here. Model file, we told it to look behind the directory that the animation.cba is in, to find the My Files folder, find the objects, characters, humans, human test folder, and find our model, human test.chr, which is the model file. Our animation path, when we do export our animations, they're going to be held in the human male, human test, which we don't need the search previous folder because of the fact that human male is in the same folder as the CBA, so it doesn't need to look behind. Compression value, too. That way we have a good compromise between quality and performance. Rotation epsilon, I don't know what these are, but they are needed and keeping them at the default values. Database path is the same path as your animations, but inside of that we're going to have the human test.dba, same thing. Instead of a human test chr, it's going to be human test dba. Foot plants are going to be no, capital N, capital O, very important for capitalization. Locomotion locator value, capital N, capital O. Special animation. Oh, great. There we go. Special animation list. These need to be here, but as far as I'm concerned, they need to be here, but we don't have any special animations list, so I'm not going to go over that. So there we go. We have this, hopefully properly set up. I'm going to go ahead and save it. Since we have our animation definition, CBA, we saved it. Let's open up this. So now that we created a CBA entry that we did, we can export our animation. Okay. Well, it's not going to be perfectly looping because I messed up on the animation, but the purpose is to show you that it works. So 0 is the default pose that when no animations are applied, this is what it's going to look like. But when you start the animations, it's going to start at frame 1. It's going to start here, and then do all that junk. Okay? And end at 75. So 1 through 75 is our animation. 0 is the default pose. Don't worry about it. It's automatically detected. Never include 0 in your animations. We have 1, but we do need a key pose there, the key. So if you select all these, you're able to see we have a key. So make a key in the default pose at 0, then start your animation at 1. So we have 1 to 75. So let's go ahead and do this animation. Go to the exporter, Cryengine 3 exporter, clear all. So let's go ahead and save, first and foremost. Okay. Let's go ahead and unfreeze all. Make it so it's not see-through. So click it, and we're going to save again, just to make sure. Add selected. It's going to be a CHR. Okay. Make sure these are all fine. Export CHR. Remember, it's exported to the root directory, game, my files, objects, characters, human test, CHR. Okay. And now we do the actual animation export. So on the export range, since we have 1 through 75 is our wave animation, let's just say wave. 1 through 75 is our wave animation. Go ahead and put export file per range. So we want to export an animation file per range, 1 through 75 in this case. So export file per range, make sure manual is off. You don't want it checked. You want export file per range, edit subranges, and go ahead. Click on the first one up here, So remember, never include 0 because that's your default pose. 1 through 75 is your wave underscore 01, let's just say. Oops. Wait, what the hell? WA. Wave underscore 01. Wave underscore 0. Okay? Click OK. So now it's going to export the animation in a file, a CAF file animation, with the animation between frames 1 and 75. Okay? So export file per range. We have a wave 01 for the name, starting at 1 to 75. So that's going to be its own animation file. Now that we've done that, make sure sort bones is on, ignore dummy bones is off. We have export file per range, so go ahead and export the bones. Where do we want to export it? Remember, in our animation.cba, we said that's going to be located in the animations, human male, because you cannot put the animation file in a different folder, it will not work. You have to put it where the CBA file is expecting it. So human male, human test. Remember? That's what we put in there. So export to the human test. Oh my lord, oh my lord. Look, it worked perfectly. You got no errors. Perfect, okay? Awesome. Not done yet, though. If you try to put this, and now we got the animation, if you try to view it in character editor, it will say you have no animations. You have no animations, it will say, even though you do. It'll say you don't, because there's one more step. Let's go ahead and save. What is that last step? What is it? Well, to create a CHR params file. So that's all you need. You need to model, rig and skin your character, export your character, animate it, create a CBA entry, then export your animation, then create a CHR params, and you're done. So let's go ahead and create that CHR params. Okay? Okay? Okay, see all this stuff up here? This is all for advanced. All for advanced stuff. But really, all you need is an opening params and a closing params tag, and then the animation list in front of it. This is all for advanced. If you want IK, look IK, foot IK, arm IK, shoot IK, aim IK, life IK. Make me a god IK. They have a whole bunch of IKs, okay? Okay, so they have a lot of IKs. You don't really need this unless you work in really advanced. I haven't got to that yet, so I don't know how to do it. So all you need is opening params and the closing params. Well, the opening params is up here, obviously. Params, just like that. And then a closing params, just like this. And that's all you need, is it? This. Hell, let's just, okay. New file, okay? I'll show you what you need, and I'll just create it with that. Bam. Language. XML, just like that. Okay, this is all we need. This is our CHR params. We have params opening, an animation list opening, animation list closing. And this is where you just put all your animations. Okay? Okay, that's all you need for the CHR params. CHR params is just this. Opening params, closing params, opening animation list, closing animation list. And this is where you map names that Cryengine's going to see the names as when you're in the character editor. In the character editor on the left side you have all the animations, the names of them. That's all you're doing. You're taking the actual animation file and putting an actual name to it. That's it. Okay? Very, very important. Okay. So in our CHR params, what is our animation again? Root directory, game, animations, human male, human test, wave underscore 01 calf. Okay? Wave underscore 01 calf. Copy. And I'm going to explain the top two in a second. Animation name equals blah, blah, blah. Path equals, and this is the path to your path to the actual animation. That's the actual animation file, and this is the name we're going to give it in Cryengine. Any name we want. And we'll just use wave underscore 01. Doesn't matter. We can name it anything. But this is the actual animation file, and this is we're just giving it a name to call it in Cryengine. That's it. Wave 01. They're saying the CHR. How is this a path? It's just a name of the file. Well, yes, you would typically put animations, animal, gorillas, main gorilla / wave 01.calf. Yes, you could do that. But this is a cool thing that the CHR params allows. Animation name equals, ready? Pound file path. Path equals, and then you would put the animation path. Now I'll show you what this does. So animation name, file, pound file path, path equals blah, 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 blah. So let's grab the path to this. What is this? Path to this is relative to the game folder, by the way. Copy. Okay. Animations, human male, human test. That's where this is located in, right? So the file path is animations, human male, human test. That's what we're going to put for the file path. See, now we're going to put for the file path. Now you don't need, when you map the animations, now you don't need to put animations, human male, human test / wave underscore 01.calf. And then next one, if you had another animation called walk, you wouldn't have to put animation name walk, path equals, animations, human male, human test / walk underscore 01.calf. You wouldn't need to do that because you said, okay, this is going to be where our animations are kept in this folder. Now you can just worry about putting the actual names of the animation. Got it? So the pound file path is a special type of thing where it allows you to put a path to the animations where your animations are kept, and then you can just sit there and type the names of the animations because it already knows where they're kept. See? It already knows where they're kept by this top line here. It already knows where the animations are kept because of this top line. Now you can just put the names of the animations and then what you want to call them in Cryengine. Same thing with the animation name money symbol tracks database. Path equals animations, animals, gorillas, main gorilla, gorilla.dba. This is the place where you put the DBA file. That's where the DBA file is. Okay? If you look at the animations.cba file, where is it? Human male, human test.dba. Path where the DBA file is. Okay? The path where the DBA file is. Animations, human male, human test.dba. And we have the Wave 01, which is the actual animation we found, and we gave it a name of Wave 01. Now let's go ahead and save it. Save. Now make sure you save it as all types, and it's going to be the same folder as your CHR. Cryengine root directory, games, my files, objects, characters, humans, human test, human test CHR, my max file. Well, this is what this is going to be. Same name, very important. Human test. It needs to be the exact same name, exact same capitalization. Human test, instead of .chr, it's going to be CHR PARAMS. CHR params. Human test.chr params in the same folder as your CHR. Let's close out and just save it. Now our last step is what? Done. That's our last step, is done. Let's go open Cryengine. So, character editor. CHR. Let's go ahead and open it. Open it! Open it! Okay, let's open it. See, we have the wave animation. Okay. Wave animation. So our character is now in Cryengine. Oh my god, isn't that awesome, guys? And see wave 01. Let's click on it. Hey buddy, how you doing? And let's wave again. How you doing? Let's wave again. How you doing? Let's wave again. How you doing?
I found it.
Oh my god, let's wave. How you doing? How you doing? Again, there was a little skinning issue here by the automatic skinner, but you can touch that up if you need to. But there we go. And then go to Geometry Entity, My Files, Objects, Characters, Humans, Human Test. The bottom human test won't work. That's your CHR params. It's detecting that for some reason, but top one is your human test. See? You can see it down here.
No,
Can't.
no.
See it?
I got it better one. Better.
Oops. Now it's in here. See, it's a default pose at frame 0. Now let's go ahead and click on it. Right click. And create a flow graph. And let's create an animation flow graph. Not animation, but I named that group animations for my gorilla. Add node. Sorry, add selected entity. Oopsies, my bad. Delete. Let's go to add node animations. Let's go to play animation. And for the entity, let's go ahead and assign selected entity. Okay. So we have play animation. We have that selected entity in here. And when we start the game, we want to start the animation. Oops, start the animation. And what animation do we want to start? Click on the animations. Wave 01. Click on it. And be sure we'll loop it. And we'll force update. Force update means even if you're not looking at the model, it'll still animate. So there we go. We don't have an animation graph, so we can't use this as your character. Well, I guess you technically can, but you won't have very much animations. So let's go ahead and, I know it's jumping in, but I'll just put AI physics.
Hello, And welcome to Seaman. My name is Seaman. What is your name?
See? We got it in here, and we got animations in here. A guy, skeleton animations. We got the CBA file done. Adding an entry for the CBA. We got the CHR params. We animated, exported. It's all good. Perfect. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Honestly, I worked really hard on it. Just got it done last night. And I love it. Quite a bit. I love it, love it, love it quite a bit. Again, there is a skinning issue with the automatic skinner with this particular model, but you can just go ahead and just reduce the influence on this side here, and you'll be all set. Okay? I'm not sure. I haven't tried this yet. AI. No, sorry. Entity, AI. I haven't tried this yet. Let's see. I haven't tried this yet.
Push that, bitch.
For the model, my files, objects, characters, humans, human test, and CHR. And
Let's go. Come on, wait. Get out of here. No.
and I'm just seeing if I can actually add this as a character the way it is as an AI. I'm not sure if I can. I never tried it.
No. I just got the chop.
Can you go check on our kids, please? Ah! Don't hurt me! Yes, you can add it. But like I said, it doesn't have very good animations. Die! And it's dead. We don't have any of the physics on it or anything like that, but you can add it. That will come in a later tutorial as I get better. But it's dead, that's why. So if I exit and go back in. Hey, how you doing? Hey, what are you gonna do? You gonna chase me around? Hey, you. And he shot me. Because technically he does have a gun, but he can't hold it. Because we haven't made any attachments. And look, he's attacking from this here. Hey, bitch. What are you gonna do? Huh? What are you gonna do? Huh? Dummy. Whoa, oof. Guy. Not that way. I'm over here. Yeah. Oh, no. But as you can see, I don't have any physics model on it. Which technically the Cryengine characters have an actual skeleton made just for the physics. We don't have that. But you can add it as an AI. And it does work. But since we don't have any current animations on it that Cryengine looks for, it doesn't work. But here you go. Cool. I just wanted to show you that, guys. I think you guys will like that and appreciate this tutorial very, very much. I think you guys will. But there you go. So the major things here, let me just open up this thing here. We got a model, then we got to rig it. export the CHR and test it in the character to make sure it's okay before you move on and make yourself more problems here. Make sure it works. It does. Then animate it. Then create a CBA entry, which is in that animation.cba file. Okay. Then you export the animations like I just showed you. And then you create a CHR params, which all you need in here for a basic character is to map whatever name you want to call the animation to the actual animation file. And you're all done. So there you go, guys. And when I get more advanced and when I actually figure out about the animation graph and adding physics to it and everything, I'll do another tutorial. But this is part 1, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very, very, very much. And if you guys have any comments, please. Actually, I do want to see comments because I want to see if you guys like this or not, and if it was helpful or not. I'm assuming it's going to be very helpful, but I don't know. Alright, guys. I appreciate it. Rich Mar1 signing off.